習していたのだ。
Well, isn't that convenient?
ついにフォートレスをポンってやったぞ。
Great script writing, by the way. Anyway, Cerebros transforms into Fortress Maximus and forces Scorponok to flee. What a load. Well, we've reached the halfway point of the series in the episode Return of the Immortal Emperor. We see Daniel trying to use the music trick from Close Encounters of the Third Kind to communicate with aliens.
You are currently on an alien planet! The Transformers are aliens! Your dad is Earth's ambassador to other worlds! I think you've made contact!
Before Daniel and Wheelie can make me want to commit head off instead of head on, something is seen flying through the sky. Meanwhile, Chrome Dome and Hardhead decide to attack the Decepticon base on Char all by themselves. Yes, because it worked so well when Rodimus and Grimlock did that back in Season 3. Fortunately for me, a new Decepticon, Counterpunch, informs Scorponok that the two brainless idiots are coming. Scorponok attacks them in his trans sector, forcing Battleship Maximus to intervene. The object that Daniel saw appears in the sky and to distract Scorponok long enough for the Autobots to get away. Blaster and Cerebros meets with Counterpunch, who turns out to be an Autobot double agent named Punch. See? So clever. I was so fooled. Punch explains that Scorponok is gathering the Decepticons on Earth's moon for a coronation that will make him official Decepticon leader.
Yeah, because it worked so well for the last guy who tried that.
Megatron? Is that you?
Here's a hint.
Anyway, the coronation is proceeding as Scorponok has planned until Battleship Maximus comes flying toward them.
Well, maybe if you didn't have the coronation on Earth's moon, you wouldn't have this problem.
これぞヘッドマスターズのパワーアップだ。
Right, because we're too stupid to recognize something we already know. The fight is going in no one's favor until the flying object once again appears. Six-Shot, having been abducted by the object earlier, arrives, followed by a familiar face.
ガルバトロン様。 驚いたか?
Not really, given the title of this episode. Galvatron's return gives the Decepticons their second wind and they force the Autobots to retreat. Galvatron explains that after surviving the explosion that blew up Cybertron, has been watching the Decepticons to see how they would handle themselves without him. If I were Galvatron, I'd be very disappointed. The episode itself ends with Galvatron resuming full leadership of the Decepticons, though why he didn't reduce Scorponok to dust is beyond me. We are introduced to a pair of new Decepticons, the Horrorcons, Apeface and Snapdragon, in the episode The Most Important Thing in the World. The downside is, well, they're headmasters. Yes, that's right, they used to work for Scorponok on Master, but do Weirdwolf and the others recognize them? Of course not! They instantly believe the guys they fought alongside years ago are Autobots. It takes Galvatron pointing out the obvious Decepticon insignia the Horrorcons are wearing for them to realize who they are.
I'm sorry, but this just really bothers me. Why would they just assume someone is an Autobot, or even just an enemy in general, even though they're clearly wearing the Decepticon insignia?
Spike then has the worst idea he ever had in his life.
フォートレスさん。私はガルバトロンに話し合いを申し入れようと思うんですが。
How could a human being in the Transformers universe possibly think this is a good idea? Galvatron, out of all Decepticons, can't be reasoned with. He's insane with power. Spike, of all people, should know this Decepticons can't be trusted, especially since he's been associated with the Cybertronian War for over 20 years now. The Autobots wisely try to snap Spike out of it, but he's made up his mind to negotiate peace with Galvatron. Spike sends his message, and at first Galvatron laughs at Spike's stupid idea. Appropriate. Scorponok changes his mind, and Galvatron, accompanied by the Horicons, arrive on Earth for the meeting. But in order to keep the Headmasters and Trainbots present from interfering, Galvatron has Apeface and Snapdragon hold Carly hostage.
Feeling pretty stupid now, aren't you, Spike?
Galvatron, correctly believing Spike can't consider himself neutral in the Autobot-Decepticon conflict because of how he lives on Athenia.
Well, yeah, and the 20 years he spent at the Ark.
アセニアを出て地球へ戻って初めて中立の立場と言えるのだ。
しかし私は科学者としてエネルギー問題解決のためにアセニアで研究を続けなければならない。何もせずに地球へ戻るわけにはいかないんだ。
For the record, Spike is Earth's ambassador to other worlds, not a scientist. Galvatron then offers a counter deal. Leave the most important thing to him on Earth, while he returns to Athenia. And what is that exactly?
お前の息子ダニエル王だ。
ダニエル
Yeah, I think Galvatron's overestimating Daniel's importance. Spike then gets a chance to speak with his family about Galvatron's demands. Daniel proceeds to whine and cry that he can't stay with his parents.
Earth is your home planet. What is it about Athenia that this series just revels in?
Meanwhile on Char, Counterpunch is surprised to see Galvatron addressing his troops, that he plans to raid worlds across the galaxy for Energon. It clicks in his head that this is Galvatron, and the one at the meeting is an imposter. While Shoki and...
Oh, screw it. I'm just giving them new names.
Railspike, Express, Rapid Run, Scatterblast, Rail Racer, and Bullet Charge. Anyway, while Railspike and Express distract the Decepticons by sumo wrestling, Chrome Dome interrupts the meeting, calling out the false Galvatron, who reveals he was six-shot the entire time. Carly and Daniel are rescued, and a fight breaks out.
おのれ
Now, remember he said that. The Decepticons retreat to the Earth's space bridge, the Autobots being in pursuit. Flying there. In order to prevent the Autobots from following, Six-Shot blows up the space bridge. I'm pretty sure being on the space bridge when he does it should end up with killing all of them, but whatever. This somehow causes the ones at Autobots sitting in Athenia to stop working. Why? On Char, Galvatron, Soundwave, Six-Shot, and the 6 Headmasters leave aboard Scorponok's transector to begin the raids. The Autobot Headmasters, joined by Blaster and RC, are prepared to chase Maximus, and Daniel requests to come with.
What? You were bitching about being left on Earth less than 10 minutes ago, and now you want to go on a galaxy-spanning journey?
Oh, and the worst part? Cerebros agrees to bring him and Wheelie with.
God! Oh my God!